Hello, everybody, and welcome to your May messages for the month ahead. Yes, we are already to the month of May. Time is just moving so fast. But May is an exciting time of the year for me. I have a lot of family birthdays, so it always feels like an air of excitement, and I hope that you are feeling that too. And by the way, if you're new to me, welcome. My name is Meredith with the Healing Hummingbird. This is my heart-centered business. And what I love to do is help healers, nurturers, and sometimes overgivers heal their grief, reclaim their power, and live their highest destiny. So I'm so excited you're here. We might have a little visitor since we have flowers on the table. My kitty cat, Sweet Pea, absolutely loves them. So heads up there. But obviously we have three beautiful selections here, groups 1, 2, or 3. So if you care to join me, I'd love to just take a couple easy breaths in. So let's just take a nice natural breath in. And then let's just let that go. How about one more? Inhale in. And let the day go so far. Inviting our guidance around us now, we ask, which group holds my messages for the month of May? You may see a color, you may know that it's 1, 2, or 3, or you may be drawn to one of the beautiful flowers that we have here. So for group 1, we have this beautiful kind of magenta flower. I believe this is Phlox, so pretty. Group number 2, you have this long stem rose with this beautiful kind of baby pink. And then for group number 3, you have the classic and so sweet baby's breath. I remember wearing this in my hair to the first wedding I ever attended when I was little and thinking it was just the coolest thing. So sorry, I don't know if that was meant to come out at this point to help somebody choose their group. But anyway, if you need an extra moment, feel free to pause the video here and take as much time as you need to figure out which pile is calling your name. And then feel free to click the link in the timestamps listed below, and I will see you at the top of your reading. Hello, group number 1. I've already had to pause because Sweet Pea just completely crashed your reading. So know that if you have a kitty cat in spirit, they are saying hello, or you have kitty cat energy around you right now. So already messages are coming in for you, but really that's a message of affection and compassion for me. But here are your messages if you chose group number 1. Look, her kitty hair is here because she was cuddling your flower selection. Let's take a look at your overall theme for the month of May, and then we'll get plenty of details. So first out, we have for you, imagination number 41. Imagination now sets me free. Divine ones, I send my thanks to thee. All right, so maybe you are in the blueprinting phase of your manifestation journey. It feels like you are dreaming up a new life. So it doesn't feel like you've quite taken action just yet. So you haven't left the job entirely, but it feels like, or even like the area, it feels like a pretty big move that would affect most of your life, like that, your job, where you live, relationship, that type of thing. But it feels like you're kind of daydreaming about it, like, what types of changes would that all include? So I feel like you are really carefully considering the impact of this change. I don't feel like you are wanting to dive headfirst into it, so that's interesting. It could be that you've always been like that, or maybe you've dove in headfirst in the past and didn't love the outcome. So very interesting. Let's go ahead and get some tarot on the table. Just get some more details about what this imagination energy is surrounding for you in the month of May. All right, so for group number 1, spirits, what do they need to know about their month of May? Ooh, I heard gentleness as well. That one wanted to come out. We'll take those 4. This is the kitty tarot. So that's funny, I couldn't get my kitty off the table during the beginning of your reading. But first out we have the 2 of Cups. How sweet. We also have, let me get this to focus, the 6 of Wands. Okay. Excellent start. We also have the 8 of Cups. Okay. And the 3 of Cups. So wow, big focus on emotional fulfillment for you this month. 3 out of the 4 cards that we have here are cups. That's very significant. You might have a lot of water in your chart as well. So I feel like, so let's start over here. We have the 2 of Cups kind of clarified by the 8 of Cups. So with the 2 of Cups, that can indicate some type of relationship or a deal. So someone that you see eye to eye with, very easy to communicate with this person. So again, it could be like a romantic interest, a very, very best friend, or even like a company that you've made a deal with. But we're clarified down here by the 8 of Cups. So you might be considering leaving this connection. On the outside, things seem to be going very well because we have the 6 of Wands over here, which is a card of victory. So people tend to perceive you as successful and happy. And that could be because you have lots of friends. So I feel like you're quite social, or you will be in the month of May. You'll have plenty of opportunities, maybe to get drinks with friends or socialize, share food and drink with people. So definitely a time to have a great time in the month of May. But this is interesting. So with the 2 of Cups and the 8 of Cups, I wonder if you're testing the waters with something or someone. You might have an inkling that this could go far and quite a bit of potential here, but you might not be quite sure. So let's get some clarifiers. This is a new deck to me, and these cards are very peppy and snappy. They have one word, a big color, and one symbol. So I have a feeling that we have a couple groups who chose group number 1 with this connection over here, people who are considering leaving. Again, this could be a relationship or a job, or you're testing the waters with somebody new. So let's get some clarity. I'd like to clarify the corners of the reading, please, Spirit. For the highest good, could you offer clarity here for group number 1? I just heard imagine the possibilities. So you might just be kind of keeping your options open. Again, it doesn't feel like you've made a formal move yet. So if you've yet to enter an agreement with this person or this company, it doesn't feel official. So not labeling anything, you could just be kind of dating this person. Or if you're considering leaving, I don't feel like you've put in your notice of resignation, for example. Okay. I thought we had one flip over in here. We did not. Okay, yeah, I feel like you're double checking things. So just making sure, you want to be absolutely sure that this is the right move for you to make. So again, the 8 of Cups here is leaving behind something that no longer serves you emotionally. So I feel like you're taking time to very carefully think through, like, what would the change look like on the other side? I feel like you just don't want to make a rash decision and affect this other party negatively. So very mature of you, group number 1. So clarifying this situation over here. Oh, we have success. Okay. So maybe you're just wondering which, I feel like you have options here. And you might be a little confused about what to do. I think you're just wondering which one offers more success. So it might not be so much like feeling unfulfilled, but just noticing that you have another option and just wondering, what if I did do that? What if I did change my trajectory, change my original plan, and do this other thing instead? Okay, and then over here, we have passion. Okay, So I feel like you're a very vivacious personality. You would probably stand out in a crowd. You have probably a recognizable laugh because we have this kind of socialite energy coming out with public recognition and then friendship. So that could be why you have a lot of options. You're really not shy about putting yourself out there, which I love that for you. Um, Either that or you're moving into that in the month of May. Plenty of reasons to celebrate, so you'll probably be invited places, and I feel like Spirit is encouraging you to accept that offer. Although I don't know, through the duration of your reading, I've kind of stumbled on words a bit, which is I'm not, by no means perfect, but I'm noticing it as maybe a sort of blockage, a verbal blockage. So I wonder if you are noticing that. Maybe you're having a hard time deciding. And this is honestly what we call a good problem to have. I feel like you have options and you care about each one and you can see how each one would be successful. So again, this could be potential partners or potential jobs. So you have a lot of success. I mean, this is a great outlook, but I can see where this could be a bit confusing for you. So actually, I think we're going to pull out another new deck. These cards are absolutely beautiful. This is called the Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle. So let's see what big energy is grounding your month of May. Okay, so for group number one, Spirit, this is huge energy, lots of big, beautiful options. Could you further clarify this for us? What is going on here? Wow, oh my gosh. Okay, you have miracle, number 33. The frequency of miracle supports our belief in ourselves as part of Source, and therefore our belief that anything is possible. That goes beautifully. It complements the imagination card beautifully. So I wonder, and look at the bottom of the deck, we have romantic love under there. So this is definitely for some, for a portion of you who chose this group, this is a romantic situation. So I wonder if you'll be ready to hear this, group number one, but I feel like you have yet another option in this situation. So maybe a person you haven't met yet, or a career prospect you haven't come across yet, that is even better than anything you've imagined so far or anything you've encountered so far. And part of the month of May is kind of wrapping your mind around how you want to feel on the other side of things. So Spirit's saying really focus on the feeling. So the highest version of yourself, the most successful version of yourself, most fulfilled, emotionally fulfilled, what does that feel like? What does that look like? And really tap into that. Really see yourself in your mind's eye, like living that reality. The more you're able to feel that, the more powerfully you will be able to magnetize this opportunity. And again, I feel like because I heard no, even better when we pulled the miracle card. So it's great news, but I wonder if it's a little frustrating. You're like, another option? I just want to know between like these two things. I didn't ask for a third one. So sorry about it, but there are blessings in store for you. So, um, okay, let's get some advice for you. Let's go for Moonology here. Wow, very powerful reading right out the gate for you, group number one. So any advice in navigating this decision or this new encounter for group number one, Spirit? So you're like alluding to something really big. What advice do you have for group number one? And as I was shuffling, I heard you might not be able to prepare for this even if you wanted to. So it could just be something that it feels like the stars align and all the birds start singing. You know what I mean? One of those moments where you're like, wow, everything makes sense. But we have conclusions are within reach, full moon eclipse. So an eclipse is a time of powerful change for sure. We also have a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. I love that for you with the passion card. That really makes sense. So sometimes with that card, it can almost feel like a conflict, but in your case, it feels like an explosion. So it could be like you fall madly in love with someone, or you take on a new career, you start taking a new class, and you discover, like, oh my gosh, this is my life's purpose. I have never felt more fulfilled in my life. Wow. Also, with the full moon in Aries, I feel like, and especially over the success card, I'm getting this sense of like success is yours for the taking. So it, Aries is a very in charge, take charge kind of sign. Um, so they're saying it would be beneficial for you to take charge of what you want, especially in the month of May. So rather than letting your mind kind of wander around, so getting into this daydreamy kind of energy, like the Seven of Cups, if you're familiar with tarot, really try your best to anchor that, um, clear up your brain fog, and get clear, get specific about how you want to feel and what it is that you want. Yeah, they just keep saying like this is totally in your hands. It's up to you what you want. Um, you don't have to design every single detail of it, but we at least need some kind of guideline here. So your spirit guides are kind of asking for that blueprint. I think that did come up earlier. And again, if you're feeling like you're tripping over words or you're getting this kind of mental fog, definitely take a look at your throat chakra and your third eye. There might be some clearing that we can do there, rebalancing there. So maybe Reiki or any other kind of modality that resonates with you. Definitely take a look at that for the month. Okay. All right. Well, let's finish with some divine abundance. I mean, you literally got the miracle card, so I don't know if it can get any better than that. But let's see. So for group number one, what blessings do they have to look forward to in the month of May, besides a literal miracle? And success beyond their wildest imagination. Okay. We have grief. Tears are what happen when the ice in the heart melts. Wow. Okay. Oh. And then we also have letting go. Yeah, so letting go of grief, that might surprise you. Everything is indeed out of control, and God will hold it all. I can safely let it go. Okay. So this perhaps has to do with something that you've put on pause for a while to deal with grief, or with your own healing. It does feel pretty heavy in the heart. So I feel like you've worked through a lot of shadow, and done a lot of healing work. And this feels like it would have to do with like loved ones. Um, and I wonder if maybe you have been closed off to this type of opportunity that's about to approach you, because of this grieving process. So, like grieving a previous version of your life that maybe included someone who's no longer here, or a type of work that you're no longer able to do, something like that. But I definitely feel like a change is overdue, and I'm getting this sense of readiness, of readiness. Um, it just feels very right. It feels like a natural progression. 41 up here, is a 5 in numerology, and then 33 is a 6, so 5, 6. I feel like this is just the next right step for you in kind of wrapping up your grieving process and topping it off with a beautiful, miraculous cherry. So just know and please trust that you deserve this, whatever this is. A new relationship, a new career prospect, either one, you more than deserve, group number one. Okay, so those were your messages. If you chose the first group with the phlox flowers, thank you so much for joining me. I'm sending you tons of love and light, and I will see you very soon. Bye. And for those of you who chose group number 2 with the long stem rose, beautiful baby pink color, let's get your messages for the month of May. So we'll start with the theme and then we'll get plenty of clarifiers. We have a couple new to me, beautiful decks that we'll work with today, so I'm very excited. So group number 2, what is your May going to be centered around? Divine guidance. Love to see that. Always asking for it if you're anything like me. Number 38. Whispers from the beings who shine. Let their message be clear and kind. So maybe you'll get a big ol' answer that you've been asking for in the month of May. So what a relief, right? So something that you've been feeling alone with or just unsure about suddenly feels very, very clear. It feels like fog is lifting, the brain fog is lifting, and I'm able to see things much, much clearer than I was before, and truly able to align myself with divine guidance. So this feels like it has to do with something that is a bit more malleable or moldable. So maybe something that you felt like, well, I could do a couple of different things. I really don't mind which one. I would really just like to know the answer about what would be best, and what would be for my highest good. So how diplomatic of you. Let's get some tarot on the table to further clarify what this is about in your month of May. I just heard North Star. So this could have to do with life purpose for some of you. Oh my gosh, we have the Star card. You all saw that. Are you kidding me? Wow. Wow. Okay, sorry. Got a little worked up there. What else for group number 2? I need to simmer down a little bit. I just get so excited when that kind of synchronicity happens. Okay, we've got the other 3. We'll stop there. So we have the 9 of Swords. Okay. We also have the Queen of Cups. Look at you there. And also the 8 of Wands. All right. Okay. So with the Star and the Queen of Cups, yeah, I feel like that is you getting in alignment with your divine purpose. The Star can also symbolize like the ability to mingle the energies of the earth and from source or from spirit. So you might be like a channeler of some kind. You might actually deliver spirit messages and work directly with spirit guides. So I feel like that'll be a portion of you who chose this group. The Queen of Cups also is very intuitive. She is a mother figure for me in my relationship with the tarot. But she's quite psychic, very intuitive, great communicator, very loving, compassionate mother. So you are probably using your divine purpose or gifts to help and nurture others, to help other people heal. So beautiful confirmation that if that's what you were considering, that's absolutely the correct thing to do. And I'm kind of feeling this hesitation, like, but can I really do that? They're like, yes, yes. In fact, we would rather someone like you do this. Okay, so maybe you're not someone who typically signs up to be the leader, but more of just like a nurturer, wanting everyone to feel good. And that's very important to your work. Who you are in this life is very much a part of your purpose for you specifically. So I feel like they want to offer you some comfort there, not only guidance, but comfort. Also, with the 8 of Wands here, lots of messages coming your way in the month of May. So you might have gotten some kind of spiritual upgrade. So you might be perceiving an increase of messages from spirit. You might be seeing, hearing, feeling, knowing, dreaming, all kinds of stuff. In fact, this Nine of Swords can talk about dreams. Usually this can be a sign of anxiety though with the Nine of Swords. So being woken up in the middle of the night, maybe from divine guidance or spirit guides in general. So if you need to revisit your spiritual boundaries, please do that. Your sleep is extremely important. As a Queen of Cups, you're quite sensitive to energy. So you really need to make sure that your cup is full at all times, okay? You don't want to ever hand over your half full cup for someone else to drink out of. So that's a big message for you for the month of May, is to get some sleep, because it's going to be pretty busy. It's going to be pretty busy. So let's get some clarifiers out here. This is the first new deck that I will be using in our reading. You'll see these cards are quite zippy, kind of sassy, and very, very clear. So I love that. I'd love to clarify these corners here, Spirit. For group number 2 in their month of May, looks like we're dealing with life purpose. And okay, yeah, we have rejection, so that doesn't surprise me. Also, over here in the worry corner, or sleepless night, very busy. Okay, oh, we had 2 that flipped over. Oh, we have movement. That is very similar to this card right here, the 8 of Wands. And we also have balance. I actually feel like that needs to go right in the middle there. Okay. All right, so with rejection, I feel like this is simply a fear of rejection or a fear of misinterpreting all of these messages. There seems to be an understanding that you have been receiving quite a bit of messaging for quite some time. For the majority of you who chose this group, this really feels spiritual to me. So it could be just be kind of confusing, like I don't know what to do with all of this, and maybe I just kind of want to turn it off, like, okay, that's enough, stop. But this month is really learning how to balance it in a way that's quite healthy for you. So your health is so important. And I don't know why they're pointing over here. Oh, we have another one that flipped over. Okay. Oh, we have pain. Okay. All right. So, actually, yeah. Okay, that feels right. So you might even be attuned to some type of healing modality, because we have pain, and that really felt like it was gravitating over to this direction, and movement of pain. So you might be able to move heavy energies. If you're not trained in this, no need to worry. I feel like you'd kind of do it naturally. So that could be the influx of messages that you start getting. They could be not only from spirit in the month of May, but from living people who want your help. So that can happen subconsciously. They could just have a knowing or an instinct that you're a healer, that you're a helper, and that you're here to move out pain and balance heavy energies. So it's nice to have a heads up like this, because I feel like you could potentially overbook yourself in the month of May. Okay, group number 2, because I feel like it might be difficult for you to say no. So go ahead and like block off your calendar, really carve out time for yourself. You're going to need it, because you need to rest, and you need to be present for this. I just feel like something really important is going on with your energetic system this month. And if you're just exhausted and unable to understand what's happening, it's going to be a lot more difficult to integrate. So I hope that's making sense. But yeah, this fear of rejection, I feel like you're going to be able to move past a big chunk of that in the month of May. You're like, listen, this is my life purpose. And if it's uncomfortable, fine. If I'm not for everyone, fine. If I'm rejected, that's okay. I'm going to get over it. And it's time for me to step up and do this. So good for you. Okay. So let's get some advice for you for group number 2 in the month of May. Big time spiritual stuff going on for you. What kind of advice do you have for them, Spirit? For group number 2, what do they need to know for their highest good? What would be most helpful for them to do to work with this energy? We have for you, be bold and make the first move, not make the first moon, or maybe, the first full moon or the full moon in May. My gosh, why am I floundering? Feels like an important time, so I would definitely mark that in your calendar. Yeah. Oh, wow. That'll be an excellent exercise for you to make the first move, to overcome this fear of rejection. That's going to be a huge deal. So, whatever that is, whether it's like taking your first client, taking a new client, developing a brand new service you've never done, or enrolling in this course that kind of scares you, or you might have this big, big time like spiritual interaction that you've never had before, whatever it is, please don't trivialize it. Um, really allow yourself to revel in that and acknowledge how amazing it is. I don't know. I feel like you are so used to nurturing others and celebrating other people, you might move past that kind of quickly. And so Spirit's like, no, let's really take some time and be like, wow, this is amazing. Okay, we also have nothing will come of this situation. Void of course, moon. Okay. So I wonder if I have some seers here, some clairvoyants, or people whose dreams come true, that type of thing. I'm sure there's a more eloquent way to put that, but that's how it came out. Um, so these nightmares and, all of this pain that you're moving through, um, please don't give that any weight, okay? If you do start having bad dreams, maybe readdress your boundaries with your spirit guides, angels, ancestors, and then just keep it moving. So if you're getting visions of like failure, of rejection, of pain, I feel like it's just old stuff kind of being shaken out. I'm seeing like airing out of sheets and blankets. So Spirit's saying just don't take that too seriously. So it's not something to linger on. We also have this beautiful deck, and it is called Sacred Geometry Activations. So let's pull one of these for you. They're gorgeous. I think you will absolutely love them. So for group number 2, what else do they need to know for the month of May? Life purpose, divine guidance. Beautiful. What else? Oh, you had 2 that came out. And we have Merkaba. Wow. And change, number 12. And this is number 32. Wow. Okay. Huge, powerful downloads coming for you this month. If you're one of my people who does spirit circles, definitely do those. You're going to really want to anchor in these light codes that are coming to you. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. I feel like there's a few different types of spiritual practitioners here. So this is so interesting. With Merkaba, it's this incredible structure of energy and light that's incredibly strong and can support your system when you are accepting some type of download. So maybe you're wanting to see more, hear more, experience more of spirit, interact with passed on loved ones, whatever it is. This Merkaba is almost like a force field around you that can really help you integrate it. There's some great meditations about this on YouTube. But also, I mean, change is here as well. So I feel like they're really just saying, like, get ready. Um, just when you thought things couldn't get more clear spirit wise, you're going to have this huge upgrade. You might even take on a new type of like spiritual language. So maybe you're used to just kind of channeling and knowing things. You might just suddenly see something this month or hear something very clearly. And spirit again is like, please don't be scared of that. We don't want you to be scared. Continue to talk to us through this change. We want to make sure that we are walking with you through every single step of this process. Wow, okay. Let's get a piece of divine abundance, what you have to look forward to, group number 2, although this is quite a bit of action here. Oh, and you know what? You did pick the rose, so it makes sense that your sensitivity is being heightened. Wow, amazing. Okay, well, oh, we had 2 that wanted to come out. So we have karma, beautiful. Oh, balancing karma. And also we have divine flow. Okay, let me make sure you can see all of this. Wow, you have the word divine twice right there. Divine guidance, divine flow. So I actually feel like part of your purpose is helping other people balance their karma. So you might be somebody who often breaks cycles, or people approach you for help with breaking negative cycles, because you are able to just channel divine energy so beautifully, in a way that makes it so accessible for others. So you are truly a gift. Group number 2, thank you so much, from the bottom of my heart and from spirit as well, for honoring this life purpose. It is so, so important that we have a light like you in this world. So those are your messages. If you chose group number 1 with the pink long stem rose, I'm sending you tons of love and light, and I will see you very soon. Take care. Bye. And last but not least, we have our group number 3s who chose the adorable baby's breath. Let's get started with your messages for the month of May. We have beautiful new decks to use, but first I want to start with what you're looking at thematically. So what does group number 3 have to look forward to in the month of May, or what is the month going to be centered around? Oh, we have harvest, number 43. As the waves of the ocean are infinite, as the trees in the forest grow tall, let my work now bring me to harvest. I am ready to receive my all. So your work is paying off for you. Good for you. I feel like you've really put in a long time in whatever this is. Typically with the harvest card, this is something that's taken multiple seasons of investment of your time, your energy, your love, your resources, and you're ready to reap the rewards. So let's immediately get tarot on the table. I am dying to know what this pertains to. What area of life for group number 3? Where are they going to see harvest in the month of May? First out, we had the 6 of Cups. All right. Oh, okay. We also have the 2 of Coins. All right, let's get 2 more for you. So for the month of May, for group number 3, where are they going to see harvest? Okay, we also have, okay, the 5 of Cups. Oh, look at that. You have the month of May on this card. Wow. If that is not an acknowledgement that you are in the right place at the right time, I don't know what is. And we also have the 10 of Swords. Wow. What an interesting combination of energy here. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, let me take a moment here to just look at this. If you did have a yes or no question in mind, group number 3, I don't do this very often, but with decks that I've had for a long time, like this Kitty Tarot, I do have a yes card and a no card. I will tell you this is my no card right here. So if you had a yes or no question in mind, the answer would be no. So just throwing that out there. Okay, so up top we have the Six of Cups and the Two of Coins. So this could be work-life balance. The Six of Cups often brings up this nostalgic energy that has to do with like childhood friends, loved one, childhood in general. And then the Two of Coins is like balancing your inner and your outer worlds. So that could be, you know, interacting with your family or your loved ones or your friends and then working. Or even just like balancing your inner emotional and mental state and then your outer work, like your physical form. So you might see, if you were working on the physical form, I can see some progress over here, continuing to balance the scales. So you might see some positive movement in that direction, whatever direction that you were working towards. Maybe you were wanting to just kind of balance what you are taking in nutritionally. So I can see that working out in a way that feels really good and really healthy for you. Um, with the Six of Cups and Five of Cups, there is some grief here that Spirit wants to talk about. So you could be grieving part of your childhood that you've worked on, or it could even be a person from childhood is coming up in the month of May. So maybe you have like a special occasion or even like an anniversary that brings them to mind. But I feel like there's plenty of warm and positive memories here, or at least that's the direction we're being encouraged to lean into. So more like recalling the good times, even though, you know, we've moved past them, and just kind of counting those blessings. They feel very precious. So maybe you'll wind up looking through pictures or something, or like a box of mementos. I can see that. And so I feel like you're reaching a milestone in the month of May. So this harvest could be quite big. You could realize, oh my gosh, you know, this is finally paid off. And wow, really would have loved it if this person could have been here. Or I really do miss that old house we used to live in, or, you know, my friends from that town. It just feels like you're looking back fondly on a different chapter of life, but there is kind of like this tinge of sadness. It's this like beautiful bittersweetness, which actually feels very tender when I'm connecting to it. Then this 10 of Swords here, maybe this grieving process has been tougher than you anticipated. So with 10 of Swords, it could have been something quite painful, a painful ending. I don't want to say brutal, but it could be. If that resonates with you, we'll definitely get some clarity. But I feel like you are able to actually process what's happened now. So I wonder if things happened quickly or in a way where you didn't have time to deal with or wrap your mind around what is happening. It feels unbalanced. So maybe you, if this is the passing of a loved one, maybe you weren't able to attend the ceremony, or the timing didn't work out there, or something just didn't feel fair. It just feels like there's discomfort and pain there. But I will say the good news with the 10 is that's the end of a cycle. So it really is over at this point. You're going to be able to move on from that. So let's get some clarity. This is the first new beautiful deck we will use. It's quite spirited. I think you will appreciate this deck as well. Okay. Okay, interesting. We had food messages coming through for nutrition. We have the hunger card. And then we also have abundance. Okay. Interesting. So this harvest could be monetary. We do have the abundance card here, although this also could be connected to the ending. So maybe some type of inheritance or a windfall that was attached to the ending of a cycle, whether that's, you know, like a loved one passing away, or that could be where conflict was. Something still feels uncomfortable, not balanced, not right. So maybe there's still something working out with money, like the sale of a property, or having an estate sale, or balancing accounts. I don't know. I feel like you have been tasked with figuring part of that out, and that's kind of taken some time. And you've had to really keep things on track here with this little calendar. So maybe you're like finally able to close the book. You're like, it's done. It's done. I did it. I did my job. I honored this person. This is what they would have wanted me to do, and it's finally over. So I feel like your duty or your quote unquote obligation. I don't want to sound super insensitive, but I heard that, so that might resonate for one of you here. Will be fulfilled and will be over in the month of May. And with hunger, oh, okay, so this is an invitation to eat something that you would have loved to share with this person. So maybe like a comfort meal or their favorite food. Um, Feels like a surprisingly fulfilling experience. So it could be like a dessert, something they like to have on their birthday. Um, or if this is not the passing of a person, but it's more like a chapter of your life, maybe like your favorite thing you loved to eat in school or when you were living at home with your parents. Or just, your favorite coffee at work. It just feels like you're going to treat yourself with food. And I feel like that's okay. So you might be concerned about undoing some of the progress you've made, but Spirit's saying, please don't be. We want you to enjoy this time. You've worked so hard. It is time to give back to yourself. Okay, so let's get further clarity here. This is another beautiful deck, Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle. So you've moved through quite a bit of very powerful energy. I would love to get more clarity about what your month of May has in store, group number 3. Okay. Oh. All right, that's flipped out of the deck, and we have Alchemy, number 8. Wow. These cards are just mesmerizing to me. I hope you feel the same. They're just gorgeous. Okay. The frequency of alchemy activates our magical ability and remembrance of the magic that we hold inside. Okay, so maybe something that you did as a child will come back up in the month of May. So maybe like an art form or like a sport you liked to play. It just feels like some aspect of what you loved to do when you were younger will be brought up in some way. And for some of you who are dealing with the loss of a loved one, for some reason that feels a bit painful. It might just feel kind of bittersweet. But I feel like getting back into that will be quite healing for you. So if this is an art form, please get the supplies if you have the means to, or maybe do it digitally, something. I just feel like this will be a breath of fresh air for you to be able to get some of this out. Like I feel like you are purging still some of the emotional stuff that you've been working on, the difficulty of this ending. And I mean, you're at the finish line and you get a reward, but it just feels like maybe you're having a hard time accepting it, or it doesn't feel as good as it should. Again, it's almost like bittersweet. I just keep getting this bittersweetness from you. But with 8, I mean, 8 is a number of abundance for me, and we have the abundance card. So at least you're, you're going to be able to care for things. I mean, the outlook is very, very stable. So let's get some advice for you, group number 3. Let's get some advice for group number 3, Spirit. How can they work with this energy? I mean, this has obviously not been easy. What advice can you offer them? I keep hearing the word nourish. So I feel like they're talking about nourishing your body, mind, and soul. So just paying attention to what you're feeding it. It could be like music that you listen to or shows that you just kind of have on in the background without paying attention to it. Just making sure you're taking care of all aspects of you because you deserve that. Okay. So for your advice, group number 3, we have look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sag. We also have it's time to take action, new moon in Aries. Oh, interesting. So most of the reading was talking about the ending or things being concluded from this difficult cycle. So maybe you'll see the beginning of a brand new cycle coming up at the end of May. But this feels like it'll be very, very good. I mean, Sagittarius being over here. Oh, we do have 2 fire signs, so you might have a lot of fire in your chart. But Sagittarius is a very lucky sign. They're ruled by Jupiter, so that's a planet of luck and expansion. And yeah, I just feel like you put in so much dedicated energy to this other cycle that seems to be centered on somebody else or another group of people, that now we are recentering on you, group number 3. Aries is all about like developing and honoring their identity, reclaiming their power. So it's a lot about empowerment, and being unafraid to really like say, this is who I am and this is what I deserve and this is what I want. So where others' needs, I feel like, I'm not sure what your situation is, group number 3, but it just feels like somebody else's needs had to take center stage for a while. They had to. So it could have been a timing thing. But now it's your turn, okay? May is going to refocus onto you and what you truly want. You might have been torn between group number 3 and number 1. I feel like that's a similar message there coming through. So that's an invitation to take a look at that group if that does resonate. But I would love to see what divine abundance that you can look forward to in this month. You deserve it, group number 3. You have put in the work. And first out, we have divine source. Beautiful. What else for group number 3? Oh, and we have invite help. So invite divine source to help you here. So I feel like even though the cycle is technically over, so again, it could be like the closing of a final account, or the end date of an anniversary. It just feels like there's a big conclusion in the month of May, but this is an acknowledgement that you're still feeling fallout, I think. I think you're still feeling the effects of this experience. Whether that's mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever it is, Spirit is like, we really want to help you. So please invite us to help you. We are always here. You do have the alchemy card as well. So I feel like you're able to work with energy very, very well. And especially since we have these hands in prayer. So you might be into healing touch or Reiki or something like that. If so, please practice that on yourself in the month of May. Okay, you really need it. You really deserve it. Okay, so those are your messages. If you chose group number 3 with the baby's breath, I hope that resonated or provided clarity or guidance. I'm sending you tons of love, group number 3. I can really feel the weight of this experience, and it looks like there is a big, beautiful light at the end of the tunnel. So I'm sending you tons and tons of love and light, and I will see you very, very soon. Take good care. Bye.